What is up, guys? Happy Friday. Today, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're not going to back test today, although we may back test as we break things down. But today, we're going to go ahead and focus on a Q&A. And the first question that was asked was, with gold specifically, was how to catch the continuation moves in here, right? And obviously, the big thing that we need is the change of direction, right? So we have that. Now, how can we catch the continuation moves in here? Now, this is the thing, right? We know when it comes to the big structure, this is my low, and this is why I highlighted it with the dots, right? This is my low, this is my high, this is my lower low. We get the change of direction here. Would you agree, Shawnee?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is my change of direction. Now, when it comes to that structure specifically, right, I have a breaker structure to the downside. Let me pull up the chats real quick. We have a breaker structure to the downside, change of direction. This is my previous BOS. So this is my left shoulder, right, when it comes to this setup. So knowing that, right, we know at the end of the day, this is a buy opportunity, right, regarding the left shoulder, the head and shoulder, right? We need this right shoulder to come back in to continue back up. So notice, after we get this change of direction, does the market come back into this shoulder zone? No, it does not. The market doesn't come back inside of there, right? So meaning we are still waiting for the market to come back here. Now, the market can still make liquidity, right? You guys can see this. This is liquidity. If we know that the market needs to come back into this zone in order to give us an opportunity, but the market is failing to come in there and it just keeps bouncing and giving us trend line liquidity, guys, we have to spot that, right? Now, this is the thing. You can choose to be patient and wait here, or you can choose to participate, and you have to understand you are willingly participating in liquidity, right? Because it is building liquidity. But the thing is you don't know whether the market is going to take off like it did, or if the market is going to just continue to build liquidity and then drop, give us an entry. The market could have easily gave us some profit and then dropped. Or the market could have easily just said, you know what, we're not going to continue making liquidity. We're just going to drop and sweep it first. Does that make sense? So you have to understand these things that may play out because you are participating in building this trend line liquidity. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. That's just one thing you have to understand, because if you're looking at this like smart money, this is liquidity. But if you're looking at this like levels, you're not even worried about liquidity because like we don't really talk about it. Like if we didn't even mention liquidity, you wouldn't even know what that was, right? You're just focused on structure. But if you are looking at it with smart money eyes, you are seeing this. So knowing that, you willingly have to understand, I can see the liquidity. I know we're bullish. Market is giving me head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulders, which is telling me to look for some buys. Am I going to participate? Yes or no? And that's something you have to ask yourself, right? So this is the thing, right? Anytime we get a setup, and here, yeah, this is the internal liquidity right here.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Anytime we have a setup, change of direction, guys, and honestly, nothing changes. Like I know I try to break it down differently or a bit slower so we can like all comprehend, but nothing changes, right? We have the breaker structure to the downside. We have the change of direction to the upside. So off of this setup here, we have a zone here. Your shoulder, are possibly a starting point in this area, right? Could be down here, but we know there's a starting point somewhere in here. Why? Because we have the breakout rally that gives us the change of direction. So we do have some type of starting point here. So we could just leave that right here, right? But now this is the thing. And this is what makes the hard simplified, okay? Just by doing this stuff right here, it makes the tough things a lot more simple, all right? As the market starts to drop down, we need to find our break of structures. BOS, guys, and we just rinse and repeat. I promise. If you're missing these opportunities, or maybe you're not even giving the market that much detail, maybe you're trading too many pairs. You need to give 1 to 2 to 3 charts your complete, undivided attention and detail. Undivided. If you're trading too many pairs and you can't give this much detail, you're trading too many pairs. Guys, we're in this game for one reason mainly. Yes, to retire our parents, to get out of the 9 to 5, but we're here to make money. This is why we got into investing, to make money. Yes or yes? Would you guys agree?
I agree.
So why be lazy? Why trade 9 to 10 pairs and then be lazy marking them up? Why not trade 3, 2, 1 pair? Give it your undivided attention and just wait for confirmations. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. You're just looking at too many things and then maybe not doing enough because it seems like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Is that making sense to anybody? I'm telling you, you got to give these charts your undivided attention. Like, it's as simple as this, right? We repeat this same stuff almost every call. Market gives us a nice drop. Can you guys see my brother in the back? So funny, bro. Him and his games, bro. We have a break of structure, right? We rinse and repeat. Break of structure. Oops. We continue to adjust our lines, right? We continue to adjust our lines. Now, this is the thing, guys. We know, let's just put this a bit lower. We know that we want to buy down here. But now this is the thing. What if the market doesn't go that low and then we start getting something that looks like this? Okay, cool. Our previous break of structure is here. And now this is my change of character. But now what if the market misses my buy and then we get something that looks like this? What are you going to do? You need to make a decision. What are you going to do? Did we get the change of direction? Guys, just listen to your confirmations. If we can listen to our confirmation, we'll be okay. We have to run our odds with confirmations, guys. If we don't get the change of character, then we don't look for buys yet. But if we get one, awesome. Confirmation. If we can hold our ground and start building liquidity, another confirmation. The setup is looking good, so we can start to look for buys. But trust me, I've seen setups happen that change direction, come back for you right away, and take off. They don't need liquidity, but it does give you an extra, like, aha, I see that. Market's holding its ground. It's giving me a TP zone, right? It has incentive to go higher. Let's go higher. But trust me, before I knew what liquidity was, man, I saw a change of character at one candle. Next candle came back, we were gone. I didn't even know what liquidity was. Couldn't even pronounce it. You know, I honestly didn't even pay no mind to. I didn't know what it was. But if we can get this change of direction, guys, run your odds. Run your odds. Find your next zone, whether it's a starting point or your shoulder, whatever you like to trade, right? Whatever you like to trade. If you like to trade both, guys, we're running our odds, right? Our risk to reward. Let's take the opportunity. Let's use the shoulder. Now, again, guys, this is the thing, right? This is the trick. This is something that Oren taught me, Coach Oren Wright. If you guys know Coach Oren, man, that dude, to me, that dude's a legend. He's a GOAT. But this is the thing. Every right shoulder is the head to a next setup. Notice, I need a right shoulder here. I have left shoulder, head. I need a right shoulder. As the market makes its way down, the right shoulder, this zone, yes, it's a right shoulder, but it becomes the head to the next setup. We have the right shoulder. Market has came into my right shoulder. Awesome. Where is my previous break of structure? Right here. Boom. BOS. We need the change of direction. That comes right here. Oops. Market changes direction. Awesome. This zone was used. We're no longer to use that. We're no longer looking to use that zone no more. We now adjust and continue to move. So now this is my next head and shoulder. As the market comes down and gives me a right shoulder, this area now becomes the head to my next head and shoulder. Guys, that right there made trading so much easier. And again, this is before I knew what liquidity was, bro. This is before I got that extra smart money sauce. As long as you follow structure and understand, and that's the continuation. Yes, exactly. As long as you follow structure and you continue to mark up your breaker structures and your change of directions, guys, you will be okay. That's why I really just want to make trading simple. I want to be that guy to be like, bro, low-key, Vinny was the guy that just told me this to keep it simple, bro. Everybody in Powerhouse is trading smart money, a lot of big words, and it's a lot, and Vinny keeps it simple. And I see the market working. I see everything respecting. Do I need it to be this tough for me to start seeing progress? Bro, that's what I told myself. I'm like, bro, do I need it to be this tough? Because I was put onto smart money. Now, I'm not clowning smart money. I'm not talking negative on it. I do trade it as well. I look at it with levels now that I know it. But before, I was like, bro, do I need it to be this hard? Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I went to levels. It's the same thing, market structure wise, less terminology, very simplified. Again, same market structure, right? The less complicated, the better. Simplicity will always win. Overanalyzing is a real thing. 100%. This is why this right here, bro, changed the game for me. This was real sauce. Like, this was like, bro, I needed this right here. I needed this. So as we come back here, same rules apply. I would like the right shoulder, yes. But I'm having confirmation right here, right now. Now, if the market can come down, awesome. My right shoulder now becomes my head to the next setup. Boom. The market respected this zone. Oops. The market respected this zone and gave us another change of direction. Let's go ahead and continue with this bullish momentum. I know I still have interest here, right? I still have interest here. I would still like the market to come back here for sure, right? For sure. When will it come? I'm not sure, but I do still have interest there. But right now, I'm seeing the market respect, and I'm looking for another continuation. So if the market can give us that, awesome. That makes sense, especially for re-entries for trailing stop losses with structure. Exactly, Josh. Let's go. Yes. Now, same rules apply. Mark up your BOSs, break a structure, liquidity, break a structure, liquidity, break a structure. We are now inside my right shoulder. My right shoulder now becomes the head to my next setup. Give me a 3 if this makes sense, guys. Now, this is the thing, right? Now we have to start paying attention and start eyeballing, right? Can we see some trend line activity? Yes, we can. We have to be aware. We have to be aware. Now, this is the one reason why I like smart money, right? Because it does give some type of intuition, some type of foreshadow or foreseeing of money the market could come back here based off of liquidity. But you know what I also learned to find out just based off of experience? And if you trade smart money, maybe you can give some feedback on this as well. Just curious, because this is just something that I've tend to recognize and realize myself just by studying myself, right? When you see liquidity and you put this line here, you almost have like this drawn demand to the market will come back here. Does that make sense? Has that happened to anybody? Has anybody else experienced that? When you could see liquidity, you draw it here like, okay, cool. I know the market's going to come back there. But then you have that fixated demand to like, it will, right? And guys, the market does not have to do that. It does not have to do that. The market can save this zone for another 2 to 3 months to a year. It does not have to go ahead and come back right away. It can save this zone for later. I swear to you, this is why taking opportunities is very important. Yes, especially on higher time frames. Does not have to come back for you. So now this is the thing, right? I stopped doing that, and now I mark it up just to give me an idea of the market could come back in the future. Just be ready, just in case. It's a reminder that the market could come back there. But you know what I have right now at this moment in time? I have confirmation of a continuation to the upside right here. So how do I play this? I continue with the bullish bias. This is my right shoulder, but it's now the head to the next setup. Same rules apply. But now look at the trend line is getting better, a lot bigger. And now maybe this one is the one that smacks and comes back for all of them. You never know. You just have to be ready, right? Guys, that right there, a gem. Oops, I don't know how that happened. That right there, a gem. So we come back this way. I hope that made sense. Does that make sense, guys? By chance, like, is anybody confused? Give me a question mark if you are confused at all. Awesome. Let's go. Guys, simplicity. You do not have to make trading hard. I promise. I promise you guys. Like, let me be like, bro, if Vinny can do that shit, like he got kicked out of high school. You know, he went to jail trying to move like Pablo Escobar. He dropped out of college. Like, bro, if Vinny can do it, bro, I know I can do it. Like, that's what I want to be for you guys. I'm trying to just make this shit simple. You know, when people like, I try to like explain to people that I just mark up breaker structures and change of direction. And they look at me like I'm like a dweeb, bro. Like I'm a rookie. I'm like, nah, bro, I do this shit for real, bro. Like, hop in my classes, big dog. I'm going to show you. So funny. All right. Check me out, guys. So notice right here, this was the earliest sign of buy, right? We sweep liquidity. Obviously, if you were looking for buys, maybe around here, you caught something. Maybe you caught that. You were anticipating some buys based off of the breaker structure, right? You got the BOS from higher time frame. You're already expecting buys. And if you're expecting buys in a bullish market structure, you're already expecting inverted type market structure. You're already expecting that, right? So now, bruh, I'm telling you, talking about this right here, bro. You're talking about this one right here. This one right here, bro. Bruh. Do you know what that's called in levels, Josh? Just curious, bro. I know you trade smart money. Yeah, we call that the starting point, bro. We speak the same language, you and I. You know what I'm saying, cousin? I love it. I love it. But now look, we have early signs of reversals. Now, this is the thing. Notice how we have a breaker structure here. Now, notice how this breaker structure here goes hand in hand with the breaker structure that's on this side. Right? This is the setup inside of this setup. This is what told us the market was going to go higher, because we know we have breaks of structure here, this higher time frame. But look, this was the current time frame. This was this time frame, 4 hour. Notice how we have consolidation. Boom. This setup right here is what told us we were going to go higher. Oh, shoot. What time frame are we on? So now look, we changed direction. We have a whole setup. But now look, we have the starting point. We have the right shoulder. Market hasn't come back to either. So we know market can come back here. But now look, check it out. We're waiting as the market is dropping. We're waiting, bro. We have a break of structure here. You can even use this one if you like, right? But I don't mind using this one. Break of structure to the downside. Change of direction. Change of direction happens here, right? We have the left shoulder. We get an opportunity. Awesome. Guys, that hit. That hit. Just shy of 1 to 3. Okay, that was the 1 to 3. Now, if you use the starting point, you get a better entry for sure. Starting point was right there. Your stop loss of that is technically here. For sure, that hit. Even these highs were 1 to 4. That hit. So that's fire. Awesome. Now check me out. Where did we have a break of structure? Notice how we have a right shoulder. Where's my previous break of structure? Here. Where's my change of direction? Here. I'm just going to move it. Now let's see if we respect. We already get some pips. So we can see we get some pips off of it for sure. That's fire. Now let's see if it respects or what happens next. We hit stop loss. It happens. It happens. Now this is the thing, right? This is where people get spooked out. What is going to happen? Is the market going to come down to my buy zone? Is it going to come down to my buy zone? Or is it going to give me another buy setup here? We have a break of structure to the downside. Do we have a change of direction? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have another buy setup. Let's see if it respects. Right shoulder. We hit some more TPs. If you got in at the right shoulder, your stop loss is a little bit bigger, but we still get some TPs, 1 to 2. You're already partialed out and break even. Just shy of 1 to 3 a little bit. No worries though. You're still able to get some profit. Now, if you hit the starting point, you got a bit better, just a bit. Your stop loss is still below here. 1 to 3, smacking. Smacking. Let's go. Let's go. So notice, we're just moving zones, guys. We're literally just moving zones. Fire. All right, so now look, take a look. This is my right shoulder. Now, where's the previous break of structure? Shoot, right there. So now let's move this zone right here. It looks like the market hit our stop loss, but it happens, right? Or else trading would be too easy. It's not like they're going to let you get every single one, right? Or else trading would be too easy, bro. Everybody would do it. Okay, cool. It happens. Is the market going to continue down? Is the market going to come to my buy zone down here? Or is the market going to give me another buy setup. The market gives me a break of structure to the downside. And then immediately we change direction to the upside. So let's go ahead and move our zone right here. Let's see what we get. Oh, bro, I think, let's see, go to the daily. The daily shoulder is right here. That's the wick to body. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Big dog, that was the one. And that was the one that hit your stop loss too, right here. What if you were like, you know what? I'm just going to wait now. I'm scared to get back into the market. Look at that, guys. That's hardly any drawdown. And that is for sure smacking TPs out here. That move shook you out. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, guys? Sometimes when you hit stop loss, it's gonna shake the mental. That for sure hit TP for the end of the day. When you hit stop loss, guys, it shakes the mental. But when you hit stop loss on 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs, whoo, if one pair hurts you, imagine what 6 pairs can do to your mental. Now, the thing is, a lot of people aren't staying focused and sharp and as detail oriented on 6 pairs, but they can for sure be detailed on 1 to 2 pairs. It's okay if you get stopped out once in a while, guy. You just saw on this whole thing, I think we got stopped out maybe like twice, and maybe we took 2 dubs, I think, right? We took a win here. That was a win. I would consider that a loss. Yeah, that was a loss. That was a win. This was a loss. And then this was a win. Okay, so we were, let's focus on this one here. That was +3. The next one was -1, which gives us +2. We won the next one, +3, which is +5. The next one was a loss. Oh, sorry. -1. So now we're at +4. Next one was a win, +3. 5, 6, 7. We are sitting at +7%. That's ugly. Gotta fix that for sure, because that's gonna piss me off. 7. There we go. There we go, baby. +7%. If you would have taken all the trades that was given to you in here and didn't care about the outcome, and you were just focused on the confirmations and the setups, you took 2 losses and 3 wins, and you came up 7%. I personally think, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's fire. I personally think that's fire. I think that's fire. I don't know about you guys. Shawnee, does that make sense, Shawnee? And how you can start looking for continuations in here?
Yes. Thank you.
Guys, you guys saw how I just gave a detailed breakdown to Shawnee on how to get into some continuation plays. I want to do that for all of you guys. Everybody who has questions in here, I want to give very detailed breakdowns so you can have clicking moments. So next week, when it's time to get into the markets, you're going to be ready. You're going to be like, yo, Vinny helped me out with this. I'm feeling confident now. I know you guys have questions. I've been there. Trust me. Right? I've been there. You don't even know, bro. Like I was on the call with Oren the other day for like an hour and 30 minutes. And I was like, hey, look at US30 real quick. He's like, bro, it's 1 a.m. I'm like, yeah, but it's like 11 for us. So, I mean, if you can do me a favor, I'd love it. You know, I still bug him. Like, bro, bug me. You know what I'm saying? Bring coaching. Hey, we might have to. Me and coach been talking. We might have to do a collab. We might have to do a collab for you guys one time. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Right? Because Powerhouse hasn't been showing out on the levels call. But I do know, I understand, and I do know that that is because we don't have Coach O, right? We don't have Coach O. When we had Coach O, man, people was showing out on the levels calls. That's for sure. But we're gonna have to get him on here though. I'm gonna hit him up. I got you guys. But what pair do you guys want me to look at next? Any questions? Who has a question? I know somebody has to have some questions, guys. I don't care if you're new. I don't care if you're a vet. I don't care if you trade smart money. Yes, I trade levels dominantly, but if you need me to break something down smart money wise, I will do my best to break it down. Vinny, become an educator. Right now they're focused on the people that they got, and they have a solid lineup. But you know, when it's my time to step up, believe I'm gonna make that happen for you guys. I got you. I'm a new student. Jonathan Mesa, what's good, bro? I hope you've been tapped in on this call the whole time, because there's been some sauce. But as a new student, you are gonna have some questions, right? For sure. Yes, first and foremost, welcome. Welcome, Jonathan. On the levels calls, we are focused on the strategy called levels. You know, we like to look at head and shoulders and starting points. It's a market structure based strategy. On Fridays, we do advanced calls where we back test the markets, or we do Q&A sessions like this where I can give individuals more one-on-one, in-depth, detailed breakdowns. And on Mondays, we do very, very basic breakdowns. That way you can have really, really good examples in your notebook. So when it's time to get into the markets, you're going to have really good examples on you. Trading is an open book test, so you want to take notes and draw when I draw on Mondays. But as of right now, if you don't have too many questions, you can just watch, bro. Take some notes as you go along, and this call will be posted on my YouTube, so you guys can check it out after if you guys want to take some more detailed notes. But welcome, Jonathan. Glad to have you, brother. Let's see. Any questions, guys? If not, I can definitely look at some charts. Let's go, baby. Let's see. I got you. I got you, Nova. Yeah, for the ones that plugged in, I might have to do a solid for you guys, for sure. I might have to do a solid. But let's go ahead. Let's take a look at ETH. I know I believe Carlos said ETH. I believe I forgot who had cells here. This cell idea was a student's. And I didn't really like it. I told him it was kind of a little shady, just because this black line is all-time highs on this left-hand side. And right, so that's all-time highs. Just tapped all-time highs. And usually when it's around all-time highs, it's gonna go ahead and fake you out a little bit, like it wants to go higher. But that's gonna sell, which he did have the right idea. But on the time frame he was looking, which was the 1 hour at this time, I want to show you this, guys. Notice how it enticed you. It's enticing you with this super basic, like ugly structure. It's saying, hey, this is your head and shoulder. That's your BOS. This is your change of direction. And for the newest individual, you are going to get caught in this. I promise you, because I got caught in this so many times. It's annoying. It's annoying. But you're going to see structure where you're like, nah, it's not worth it. They're enticing me. But now look, I told them that I like to take sell opportunities when the market looks like this, when it's a nice, sharp, a liquidity sweep or break of structure, and then a nasty change of direction. And this doesn't really look like a super clean move. But look at this, guys. Notice whoever was looking at taking sells in here might have gotten a little bit of profit, right? Might have gotten a little bit of profit. But at the end of the day, they either got stopped out or hit break even. Now, this would be considered my break of structure. Now, that is something that looks fairly clean. Wouldn't you guys agree? Doesn't this look a lot cleaner compared to this one here? Because for me, this one looks a lot cleaner than this one. I'm just going to be honest, right? Now, this right here would be my change of direction. Does the market come back? No, it doesn't. Not right away. That's my left shoulder. I have a starting point here that the market looks like it respected at the moment. Let's see. Yep. So the market dropped. So now look, the market at the moment is at the very next opportunity. Let's see. The market could go lower, which I wouldn't mind, right? Because better discounted price for us. I would definitely like it to come down to about 38. Would not mind. This is really good opportunities. And this is the last change of direction, or the last breakout. And again, once it touches new highs, usually the market likes to make you emotional, and it'll have everybody invest, right? Because when it touches new highs, the whole world knows, hey, Ethereum's up, Ethereum's up. So what happens? Everybody's like, bro, even your bro, I had an OG was like, hey, you have some Ethereum? I'm like, bro, you're 60. Like, you trying to invest? He's like, yeah, can you help me? And I'm like, we can talk for sure. But again, why? Why did he know about Ethereum? Because it touched all-time highs. And when the market touches all-time highs, trust me, everybody and your mama are going to know the market touched all-time highs. Why? Because everybody who invested a year ago is up making dough right now. So they're hyped. They're spreading the word. Yo, Ethereum, dog, I'm up. Go invest. So everybody's investing right here. Everybody's investing, and the market likes to drop, make people emotional, make people emotional, make people emotional. And then what happens? Boom, the market takes off. So just be ready. Market may come down here. Wouldn't mind. But now let's take a look. 4-hour time frame. And I'm not really liking these equal lows, but something about crypto, sometimes it'll disrespect it. But check me out here. This is my break of structure, my change of character. This is my right shoulder. Now, as of right now, this is my starting point, and the market is holding it down right now. This is my stop loss. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. I mean, yeah, that still looks pretty ugly. Can't lie. Maybe even this. This looks like it's the next one in line. I wouldn't mind that. That looks a bit cleaner. Let's drop to the 15 so you could see it. There we go. Notice how this is my previous break of structure. Break of structure, change of direction. Guys, does the market come back to my right shoulder? Yes, it does. This is my right shoulder, yes. But it's also the next head to the next head and shoulder. Break of structure. Change of direction, right? So let's go ahead. We'll delete this. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. It looks like this starting point was holding it down for a while. For sure. But this right shoulder technically has not been tapped into yet. And if you drop down to lower time frames, obviously your risk to reward will become a bit better, but the market does not have to go down that low, but that would be a pretty sick trade. Now, for me, that looks a bit better just because I don't like this liquidity right here, to be honest. and that technically is the next setup in line. So I wouldn't mind if the market wants to go ahead, create liquidity like it has been, give a nice shot down. And if you want to wait for the change of direction, go ahead and wait. And when the market comes back, go ahead and take the opportunity. Does that make sense, Carlos? Let's go to the daily time frame real quick. Yeah, I'm really liking this zone right here for sure. And this is the daily starting point as well. So this whole area, you know, that I was breaking down, it's the starting point on the daily time frame. So the market could just hang out right here, right? The market can definitely hang out. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, the market's already building liquidity. I would call this liquidity. This is consolidation. The market can easily just sweep, change direction, and then we're gone, right? So technically it does have room to play. The zone is a bit wide. We have a little bit of room to play. So as long as the market can sweep, and if we change direction off of that sweep, boom, we swept and we change direction nasty. Oh man, buys are in order. But yeah, other than that, I would not mind the buys coming down here. They look better. They look a lot better, to be honest. Now, I believe somebody had said NAS, so let's go ahead. We'll take a look at NAS. Now, this is the thing, right? This is all-time highs for NAS. All-time highs. So in the future, I would like to see if the market can take that out, right? We had a break of structure here. So market is continuing to stay bullish. The market just really had a deep retracement, super deep retracement. Now, the weekly. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind the market giving a massive drop down here. I got to be honest. This is pretty nasty, but I wouldn't mind it. It's a fat drop, but look at all this liquidity. Now, if the market can come back and we can take all-time highs, obviously this is hypothetical. Market probably won't come down here anytime soon. But if we can take that, that's already 2025 pips, 2,250 pips right there. Fire. But now let's take a look. We have the BOS. So that's telling me I want to continue looking for some buy opportunities. Now, this looks a bit iffy, but notice how we sweep liquidity here. And then we change direction or we get the break of structure here. This is probably the most awkward head and shoulder, but that's definitely a shoulder because it was building liquidity at one time, and that liquidity was taken out. It was liquidity. Liquidity was taken out. Market changed direction and continued in that upward trend. That is my right shoulder. Now, if you want to go based off a starting point, that is a break of structure. And technically my stop loss of that the starting point is right here. So however you saw this, we should have been looking for some buys in this area. Now, how can we have caught these buys? Maybe you didn't even see this, but how could we have caught these buys? Now on the 4 hour time frame, this is all I see. Break of structure, change of direction. But look, by the time I get the change of direction, I already missed out on about 500 pips. But I want to catch these. I want to try to catch this market as low as possible, right? So how can I have caught these trades way down here? Let's drop down to the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour and the 4 hour low are shared. The 1 hour and 4 hour break of structure is shared. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. 4 hour, it's the same low, right? Let's go drop down to the 15-minute. Well, it's a nasty imbalance. But this is another reason why the market came back this low. Fat imbalance for sure. But levels, we don't worry about imbalances. So I'm not really looking at those a whole lot, right? Let's go to the 15-minute, because even the 15-minute is sharing the same low and break the structure as the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So I want to try to catch a low and pull back as low as possible down here. I want to see if I can catch a break of structure even lower. Right, so let's drop down to the 5. Now, as of right now, I don't know if the market comes down this low. Let's see. That's my lowest wick. Now my closest body point is going to be this green, this blue candle here. So let's go ahead. We'll make that gray. Oh, we'll just keep that blue. My stop loss for that is technically this new low. Now let's go ahead and jump to the, let's just zoom out. Let's go to the 15-minute. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what happens. Market is definitely building liquidity. That's something that I like to see. Would like to see the change of direction here next. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir. Change of direction is here now. Yes, sir. And that was the move everybody should have been in on Thursday. What's the date today? 29th. Yep. Everybody should have been in. No, that was last Thursday. Everybody should have been in on last Thursday. That was the low that took the market all the way to new highs. If we jump to the 1 hour, that right there, that play right there, if you did not get in on that gray box, on the first gray box, this play right here took us to new highs. And if you got in on that and you were able to hold, actually, that didn't take us to new highs. It only took us here. If you got in on that and you're able to hold, that's 700 pips. That's good. Even if you took it to here, that's 355. That's fire. And that's probably like a 1 to 7. Like that's a 5-minute setup. 1 to 4.5. That's fire. For sure. For sure, that's fire. But now look, Shawnee, guys, same rules apply. I don't know what I was on earlier, but now we're on NAS100. Right? I don't know what I was on earlier, but now I'm on NAS100. Okay. Would you consider this a breakout to the downside? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? All I need is a yes or no. Yes. Let's go. Would you consider this a change of direction? Trying to make the change of direction fit. Yes. And look at this. You're going to see liquidity as a smart money trader. And a smart money trader, the way I used to think, I'm saying, yo, liquidity is there. The market is going to drop down and sweep it, and it's going to come to me. I see liquidity. The market's going to drop down, sweep it, come down to me, and then we're going to take off. Guys, the market does not have to do that. Locate your structure, find your BOS, find your change of direction, spot the liquidity, just so it tells you there is a possibility. So it's not shocking you if you hit stop loss, right? It's like, why did I get stop loss? Well, there's liquidity that told you there was a possibility the market could go lower. I don't know about you, but that right there is pretty solid. I would say that's a solid like B plus. That's a B, C plus setup right there, especially with the liquidity. And I hit TP. It's so weird how like when it's a nice setup, TPs 1 to 3s just like wick and then it drops. Y'all ever notice that? Like some of the nice setups, they wick you in, just barely hit TP 1 to 3s, and then they just drop. It blows my mind how like accurate the market can be sometimes with 1 to 3s. To be honest, it blows my mind. Got to be real. But now look, check me out. This was the next setup in line, right? That was a wick. That wasn't necessarily a BOS. That's a change of that was a liquidity sweep. Technically, this was my change of direction. We have my left shoulder, and then we got stopped out. Right? We got a change of direction. Now look at what's going on here, guys. I like that we hold. I like that we consolidate. Right? Maybe that's telling us we have early signs of sells. Right? Especially like if we want to see if we can get some buys even lower. Like we have a possibility of buys right here. Would not mind that. Let's see, higher time frame. I don't know if we can make it down here, but that would be great, right? To continue swings. Let's go to US 30 has some zones a bit lower too. Let's see. SPX has some zones a bit lower too. So yeah, we can still come down a bit lower, right? Let's see what the chat say. What's up, QK? Let's see, what was that? USOIL. My boy's just sniping oil out here. Let's go. Right? So we do have some possibilities we can continue to sell off. But I would like to see if we can get a better change of character. On the 1 hour we did, but on the 4 hour we don't really get that so much, right? So I would like to see if we can get that. Let's see. My next zone. Let's go. So as of right now, I'm waiting patiently for either another setup, right? Because this one technically violated. So I'm either waiting patiently for a brand new setup telling me let's go higher, or I'm waiting for the market to come down a bit lower to me, right? Come down a bit lower. Let's see if we can get something. Let's go to the daily though. Let's look at this on a higher time frame perspective. I am liking an idea of a pullback though, right? Because we have a lot of liquidity, right? A lot of liquidity. We could have possibly a bearish week, 2 bearish weeks. We could have a bearish month, 2 bearish months, right? And then we can continue up for the rest of the year or whatever the case may be, right? We are entering the season of, fall and Halloween and, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, things like that. So people usually like to take money out of their investments, which slows the market down, slows the market's volatility to the upside, and it starts to trickle down a little bit. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we trickle down just a little bit, but just to keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and see what Josh sent in. Oh yeah, he has the same zone that I was looking at. Yeah, that looked like the best zone in mine in this area specifically. Anything else that's clean is definitely a bit lower, because we definitely had the the starting point that had activated, shot the market up, gave us a change of direction. So this is like the last clean area that I'm looking at. Anything else after this is definitely a bit lower. Which is fine, right? Better investment opportunities for us. We got to maximize our dollars the best we can. But yeah, in this area for sure, it's this one. It's this area right here for sure. Let's see, Kike. You got some oil. My brother trading oil out here. What time frame is that? 1 hour time frame. Okay, gotcha. For buys, okay, cool. All right, so he said he was looking at this area for buys. Stop loss. His stop loss is a bit tighter. But I'm always going to use my stop loss at the low. I just like to give it space. I'm sure he sees something that gives him confidence in going with the tighter stop loss. But I'm always going to put my stop loss at the low. But yeah, I do like that. I do like that structure. Let's see what the higher time frame says. Man, I would really like to come down lower. I just don't know if it's actually going to hold, to be real. I would like to come a bit lower. If we can get anywhere around here, bro, like shit, I'm for sure gonna buy a gas station. Like we're gonna be living it up good. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. No, but I mean, just look at the structure. I mean, this looks super clean, right? Like we have a break of structure here, break of structure here. We have a change of direction. If we can make it, and if we even throw the fib, right? I know I have a lot of boxes, but if we throw the fib out here, it's already in 50% discounted range. It's yet to touch 60, 886. It's yet to go into deep discounted range, right? So would not mind if the market can go a little bit lower. It does leave equal lows, which is telling me it's giving me incentive. But again, right, just because it has equal lows does not mean it has to. It's a possibility that it could. Possibility that it could. Now, this is what I'm looking at on this time frame exactly on the daily. I do like that we have a spike down, right? That's not a break of structure. That's a liquidity sweep, but we also changed direction, right? So let's drop to the 4-hour time frame. I got to be real. As I'm doing top down analysis, I'm looking at this structure. I'm really favoring sales over these buys. I'm not saying these buys can't take us to our sales, right? These buys can definitely, do what it does and give us some momentum and continue to make the market go higher. But when the market does come around these areas, I I would definitely like to see if we continue selling, especially the way that the market leaves right here. It just doesn't give me clean head and shoulder vibes. Like, guys, you guys got to pay attention to the clean head and shoulders. Like, when that thing spikes and that thing's gone, like, those are the clean ones. When it leaves equal low or trendline liquidity, those aren't really the cleanest head and shoulders, right? I do see the BOS. Again, just because I see it does not mean that it has to, but it does give me a good intuition. And when I see that along with obvious cell structure, right? Obvious cell structure. We change direction along with a suspect inverted, along with more head and shoulders, right? So we have to repeatedly just continue to add onto our bias. What's better, the sell or the buy? Now, why is the buy better than the sell? Why is the sell better than the buy in this scenario? Right? But I'm not saying that can't happen, Kike. I do like the structure that it's at, but I definitely like if we can come up to like 69, I would like to see if we can get some type of sales. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nasty. It takes time. Gold takes time. I'm sorry, US oil takes time, but it does respect zones. I will be honest, right? It will respect zones. Um, but I hope you guys had a fire session. This is more of a Q&A rather than the back testing. But again, guys, when I go in, I go in. And I don't do that because like I nerd out. Like, yeah, I'm a nerd about this stuff for real. That's first and foremost. But I want to really give you guys like what's ever in my brain, bro. Like I did so much studying my first and second year. And I mean, I still study. I still continue to develop myself in the markets, but I did so much studying, bro. Like I'm willing to give it away. Like any tip and trick that I have regarding your question, like I'm gonna give you every single tip and trick. That way I could make trading easier on you. For someone just getting started, what's the best advice? In my opinion, if you are just getting started, right? There's a couple of things that can happen here, right? Now, this is me being a mentor for you, and this is me being a mentor that I wish that I had, right? This just goes back to me mentoring little me 4 years ago, right? I wouldn't put any money into account. I will go straight to demo. No money until you feel comfortable with your strategy. And that's one thing. You guys are all very welcome. That's one thing that I did not do. I will just like deposit, loss. We were just like loss. Like we were just donating, bro. Like I was donating. So I got to be honest. If you are new, you probably don't know a lot of shit. And that's okay, right? We're all new to this environment. Unless you're born into a family that just like be investing hella, like, bro, you don't know anything. And that's okay. I didn't know anything. I'm sure iPhone didn't know anything. Carlos, Jose Candido, Jennifer Ayala, Jonathan Mesa is very new. I'm sure he doesn't know a whole lot. Josh, JQ, Catherine, Shawnee. Guys, at one point, we didn't know not one thing about trading or investing, but we continue to grow slowly but surely as we continue to develop, right? So, no money into a live account until you feel comfortable with the strategy. Now, trade demo, right? If you can see progress, I'm not like, oh, I got lucky 1 month. No. If you can flip 2 or 3 accounts, if you can see progress in 2 or 3 accounts, it's not just beginner's luck one time. It's not just beginner's luck 2 times. If you feel comfortable with your strategy and you're flipping 2, 3 accounts, man, go ahead and enter live. But until then, strictly demo till you feel comfortable. Two, find a strategy and go in on it. Whether it's levels, smart money, right? For me, I'll speak on my behalf. I chose levels because it's simplified and it's strictly market structure based. Know your strategy inside and out. There is no rush. Guys, most of us on this call are probably younger than 35, right? Which means we have a whole lot of life to live. Even if we were on this call, even if we were all, 60 on this call, we still got life to live. Y'all can take time to understand a strategy. Y'all can take a year or two to understand a strategy that can benefit you for the rest of your days. A skill set that can benefit you for the rest of your days. That might seem too hard or too much to ask, but again, a strategy only has so many terms, so many tricks, so many areas around a strategy, right? I'm sure you give it some time, you give it some detail, you're going to understand the strategy. Just give it some time, right? 3, ask as many questions as you can. I promise you guys, you are bugging absolutely nobody. You're not bugging me. If you have any questions and you're just like, bro, I think I'm bugging them. It's like my 8th question today. I know Kike be sending me some stuff in a Telegram. Bro, Kike, I love you, bro. Let's keep doing that. Guys, it's okay. Y'all ain't bugging me. I want to see you guys win. I want to see you guys get better. Right? Ask your questions. Mark up, get your hands dirty. Right? Demo, strategy, ask questions, mark up and get your hands dirty. Let's go. Let's go, guys. I hope you guys had a fire call. I hope somebody had a clicking moment, right? Continue to get better. Back test, mark up your charts, send me some charts asking for feedback. I got you guys. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Hope you guys, I don't know what's Monday, forgive me, but I heard there's a holiday throughout the barbershop. Spend some time with your loved ones. Have an amazing Monday. It's crazy. I don't even know what holiday it is. Have an amazing Monday, guys. Spend some time with your family. Crack a beer too. Have some laughs. Share some hugs. Share some memories, right? And I will see you guys on Monday. I will be doing a call on Monday, Labor Day. Oh, and we still putting in the work over here, baby. We still putting in the work over here. I will still be going live for you on Monday. So I'll see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Peace out, guys.